All right, well today we're going to be talking about the Pet Nat. So the Pet Nat's kind of a short name for these wines. It's actually Petillant Naturel, which is put on the label. It is kind of an ode to traditional sparkling wine, so it finishes fermentation in the bottle. But unlike champagne or other methods of sparkling wine production, there is no removal of the sediment, which are lees, which is spent yeast, so they're dead and inert now. So as you see on the bottom of the bottle, there's about a 1/4 inch of basically inert lees that are no longer fermenting. They were basically in that wine initially to complete the fermentation and basically produce the CO2 that is contained in the bottle under the crown cap. And so they're a little bit more unstable than most sparkling wines, so they may foam over, some may be funkier than others depending on which bottle you get. Each bottle is like its own ecosystem, so they're all a little bit different. They do need to be opened cold, so I'd say 4 to 6 hours in the fridge, and they should be consumed within 6 to 8 hours of opening, just because those lees are going to get disrupted and you're going to lose most of your carbonation, just like you would with any other sparkling wine. So holding them overnight or longer than that is really not a good idea, even with a stopper that will hold carbonation in the wine. So I'm going to give it a shot here. If it does foam over, it's quite all right. I'm going to remove it the rest of the way. And as you're going to see, we did lose a half glass of wine to that opening, which isn't the worst, not a big problem. And as you notice, probably some of the lees has been kicked up in little pieces into the wine itself. So once those reactions begin to subside, it'll kind of return to a stable state where you're going to notice the bubble starts to slow down, the floating sediment's going to start to sink back down, and that's going to be where you want to pour that wine into the glass or into another vessel. So right now, it's ready to go. Let me grab a glass. So pouring a glass of Pet Nat's kind of the same as other wines. I kind of tilt the glass a little bit to kind of reduce the agitation. So you're kind of maintaining as much carbonation as possible in the finished glass. And there you go. It's cloudy, it's funky, it's a little weird. It's kind of like kombucha. And it's kind of just showing people the different side of wine that we normally don't make. Like the stylistic approach to the wine is showing a different angle and how these wines used to be made back in the day before they had modern technology and techniques and knowledge to make a wine very consumer friendly and stable.